Shalom, shalom. I want to first off give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Chakadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders and great millstone who taught us this truth and rule well over the flock. Peace and mercy to all you Akim that's living in this truth and sincerity. And peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's the brother Marikov coming at you with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah to feed the flock of Israel, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the Lord's chosen nation of people, the Lord's tribe of Israel, and the only nation on this planet that has salvation coming to us. Which that time is near. We in some very beautiful times. You know, call Elohim La Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Chakadash. This is going to be a real quick hit. I was just meditating through the spirit. The song by Miguel, Short Thing, had came on, and as I was listening to the song, you know, at this point, once you coming into the truth, we start looking at everything spiritual. You know, becoming spiritual men, you start analyzing things from a spiritual perspective, and you pretty much start abstracting, you know, all of the spiritual gems that be laid out in the world, okay? And I was just briefly meditating on the fact that, you know, with us, the elect, you know, Lord's will, I'm found amongst that number, as well as the sincere Akim that's out here laboring in this truth. You know, you brothers, you sisters that believe in the Lord, you know, have faith in the Lord, that Salakia, you know, pretty much trust that he's going to deliver us in these times. You know, he's going to. You know, that's the thing. You know, it's a sure thing that he's going to deliver his elect. You know, he's coming to get his woman. The scriptures talk about that in Matthew's, the 25th chapter. You know, the five wise virgins and the five foolish virgins. You know, we want to be found amongst the wise virgins, the ones that prepare themselves, purify themselves. You know, made their body a living sacrifice, like it's spoken about in Romans, the 12th chapter. You know, wasn't conformed to this world, you know, but was transformed through the renewing of our mind. We shuttered off the old man. We shuttered off the old conduct. You know, we converted and was healed through the word. We went through this purification process, and we was found, you know, to be those virgins, you know. And the elect is going to be delivered, you know, like he has shown us through, you know, various accounts. You go into the book of Sirach, the second chapter, the 10th verse. It said, look upon a generation of old, that he forsook any of them that, you know, called on his name. You know, anyone that was sincere for the Lord, man, the Lord, he didn't let our people down. And even our day-to-day walk, you know what I mean, our struggles, okay, different problematic situations that we deal with, you know, the Lord deliver us out of, showing us that he's with us, showing us that he got us. So how much more the hour of temptation? Because he put us through these different test moments to basically test our faith, to see, you know, how patient are we, you know, which patient goes into long suffering, okay? How long are we willing to suffer for him? Are we willing to suffer for him? Are we willing to maintain our integrity and trust and believe that he's going to come through? Okay, and that's what's times that's approaching. But like the scripture says in I believe it's in the book of 2 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. There's no temptation that is not common to men, and in roughly paraphrasing the scriptures, that the Lord will always have an escape route, you know, laid out for us. He will never put upon us that what we can't bear. Okay? And with that being said, it's just a trial, it's a testing phase of our faith. That's what it all boils down to. You know, are you gonna stand stiffly for the name of the Lord? Okay? Because that's who's gonna get crowned. Those that stood stiffly and boldly for the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, those that stood up for righteousness, those that stood up against the evildoers. The scriptures talk about in the book of Psalms. You know? And that's what it's all boiling down to. But he's going to deliver us. He's going to. So, you know, that song, I was just meditating on it, you know. Even when it's down to the wire, baby. Like, even when, because, you know, we go through moments where moments be looking dark. You know what I mean? And just when we thought, just when we thought that the Lord couldn't do it, not even, Salaki, not even with just thinking he couldn't do it, just not knowing how he gonna do it. Because it's not even a matter of him. All things is possible through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. And we see that. You know, we see that from all his works. Okay? So you going through, you know, different challenges and not knowing how the Lord gonna deliver you out of it, and he just do it. And that right there be a Facebook booster. Cause you know, personally, you know, I could testify that, you know, going through various different challenging moments, you know, always experiencing those type of situations like, damn, you know, I don't know how the Lord gonna come through, but I know he gonna come through. I believe he gonna come through. And he come through. And he always do. And I know brothers could, you know, contest to that because, you know, we in the fold. You know, the Lord is supping with us. And you see that. You see the spirit of the Lord within his men. You know, the Lord said that you're going to be able to tell my men from the love that they have for one another. You know, how brothers is conducting themselves. You could tell the Lord is with us. You know, so Lord will he keep that spirit within us to the end so we can receive that thawab, that mark of exemption and the reward, you know. But it's a sure thing for the hopeful elect, man. We just got to hold on to our faith, because that's what's going to be tested in that time, you know. That's what's going to be tested in that time. And just like we have believed and continue to be patient, we brought to a lower state, that's what we're going to have to do in the times that's approaching, you know. And like the elder brother Amawan Gabar, previous lesson he went into, is just meditating on these things, you know, the times that's approaching, you know, what type of mentality are we to be in? You know what I mean? This is for us to be getting prepared for Jacob's trouble. We see what's happening. You know, we see that, like it says in Habakkuk, that the vision for a point in time, all right, it's speaking. We're seeing all of the end time prophecies that's written in the scriptures. 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter said, measure the time diligently. In Matthew, the 24th chapter, we're seeing what the Lord said. 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 6 and 7, down to the 9th verse. 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. Revelations 13, Revelation 17, Daniel 7, okay? Daniel's 2. We're seeing all of the end time prophecies, knowledge being increased. We're seeing everything in our reality. This vision is illustrated, man. Okay? The Lord's movie has manifested itself, the end time of his movie, because it's been manifested. We've been living in this movie, you know? But now this movie is about to come to an end, you know, that you know, the climax of this whole movie, okay? And the deliverance, the greater deliverance, you know, at the end of the movie is always the end of the movie that's the most littest part, you know what I mean? And that's what we enter into. Yeah, it's gonna be some scary times, but just having, you know, building up our faith in these times, you know, to be faithful, okay, with what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that we're gonna be able to get through it, you know, through faith in Yahweh Shah. We just gotta believe in him. Just believe and let him work. Just believe and let him work, you know? Because the scriptures say what? Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of our salvation. For the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay, that's Isaiah 33 and 6, which we commonly quote. Okay, but it's a heavy scripture, you know? So Lord willing, was edifying. I didn't want to make this too long. You know, Salaki, I didn't mean to ramble if I did, you know. We just got to continue to stay strong and continue to build, you know, strengthen up in these times so we can withstand the challenging moments that's approaching. So, Lord willing, let us find one close out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ruach Double honor to our apostles and elders and great millstone who taught us the truth and rule well over the flock. Peace and mercy to all you occupants that's living in the truth with sincerity. All right, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. All right, Lord's will to the next time. Shalom, above all.